Colic attack first aid. The following sequence of Bowen moves relieves the pain and could mean the difference between life and death in lots of circumstances. However, it is very important to understand that you still need to know the cause of the colic, and for that you need the vet. The first thing to do in this sequence to relieve colic are the 4 moves over the back on each side. That's 4 moves on each side, labelled 28 to 32 in this diagram. Before we do anything else, we want to feel into ourselves, as you've learned in those previous lessons, because looking for our inner guidance creates the opportunity for easier communication with our horse. It enables us to much more easily feel the right pressure to use on the move, feel the edge of the horse's muscle, feel the right pressure for the challenge to the muscle, all that kind of stuff. But even bigger than that, feeling into ourselves takes us out of our heads, which in these kind of situations might be panicking about what's happening to our horse. And it enables us to really be in that moment, in reality in that moment, feeling for what we need to be doing to help them. What a gift that is. Like we talked about in the lesson on your own arm, put eyes in the tips of your fingers and thumbs, intending, because your intent is such a powerful thing, intending to see, feel, experience the inside of the horse in whatever way is your unique feel. Slide your fingers down, feeling for the edge of the muscle. I expect you'll need to do it a lot slower than I did just then. Then feel for the challenge. It's kind of a push, but push is way too strong a word. You're actually feeling with your thumbs into the edge of the muscle to challenge the muscle, to bring the brain's attention to that edge of the muscle. All the while your feel and the feedback from your horse is telling you how firm or soft to do that. And then lift your wrists, rolling over your thumbs to get the ping. There's no slide along the skin. That's quite important. I actually didn't like that move. My fingers felt a bit stiff, so I've gone and done it again. You can use your pendulum to check whether your move was effective or not. This second move along the back is along the edge of the spine, and the movement of your hand is towards you. So putting eyes in your fingertips, feeling into that edge of the muscle. This is a bit more difficult on most horses than the one in the other direction. And roll your whole hand away from the spine with a kind of a wave action to get your ping. The third move is in the same direction as the first move. So taking the slack of the skin out, stretching the skin as you find the edge of the muscle, then challenge the edge of the muscle with that beautiful feel that you're starting to develop. Lift your wrists and ping. And the fourth move, like the second, back up to the spine with my fingertips. Challenge the edge of the muscle so gently. Feel it with the eyes in your fingertips. Let me take that hand away and show you more clearly where those fingers are. And with a wave of my hand, ping. And you will practice that wave action of your hand on your own arm or leg before you come to your horse. Then change sides and do the same moves on the other side of the horse. And then wait 2 minutes. The waiting in Bowen is incredibly important. If you do too many moves too quickly, it's as if they all run into the brain at the same time and cancel each other out. So this 2-minute wait is a big deal. This next move is on the withers. That's number 33 on your diagram. So then we're going to the wither move at the back of the shoulders. It's about 1/3 of the way up the withers. Find the edge of the muscle next to the bone of the withers with those eyes in your fingertips. Feel the challenge into the muscle and ping with that wave action of your hand again. Then the same move on the other side and wait 2 minutes again. We're going to work on the xiphoid process. So to find that on ourselves, At the bottom of the breastbone, where the ribs flare out, where your fingers come off the edge of the bone, you'll find this place, which is usually a bit tender. It has a slightly spongy feeling, softer than the bone, but not as soft as the stomach. So have a feel for the xiphoid process on yourself first, so that you can recognise that place on your horse easily. So the xiphoid process on your horse is on the midline, just like it is on us. So find the edge of the bone, edge of the breastbone, just behind his front legs. Be gentle in your feeling of this, because remember on yourself it felt tender and you don't want to get a reaction from your horse. Just gently allow your fingers to slide off the edge of the breastbone and feel that spongy place before it gets to the stomach. Now you're just going to hold the xiphoid process while you do this other move along the edge of the ribs. You're going to do the move along this edge of the rib cage, and when they've got colic, you'll actually see the ridge of the muscle there. So take your attention inside yourself. Put eyes in your fingertips. Take the slack of the skin back just off the edge of the rib cage bones there, and ping towards his back end without allowing any slide in the fingers. So you're just going as far as the slack of the skin will allow you to do, which is what you do in every bowen move. Then move your hand a few centimetres towards the back end and repeat that move again. And wait 2 minutes again. Then we have move number 50 on your diagram. So now we come to the coccyx move. You'll see or feel a little piece of muscle on either side of the tailbone. You can almost see it with your eyes. You can certainly feel it with your fingers. As he lifts his tail up, you can even see it a bit better. To do that bowen move, feel inside yourself. Put those beautiful eyes in your fingertips so that you can feel for your horse. Put eyes in your thumbs in this case. Take the slack of that skin back. There's not likely to be much skin movement in this move. And then ever so slightly feel forwards into the challenge of the muscle. And lift your hands up for the ping. Then the same thing on the other side. Use your forefingers to push the slack of the skin away from you. Come forwards with an ever so gentle challenge to the muscle and ping with a wave of your hand. What you will usually see at the end of this bowen procedure for colic is a significant reduction in pain. And the only exceptions to that I have seen have been when it wasn't actually colic causing the pain in the first place. But I'm going to repeat this again because it's so important. Even when you have reduced the pain, you need to attend to the cause of the colic, and for that you will need the vet. Bowen moves vibrate for 3 to 5 days, so I would not repeat this sequence without testing with your pendulum if that's an effective thing to do. So when you're confident with the moves on yourself, you can go out and practice them on your horse. But they are very powerful, so do not repeat them over and over again in the same day practicing. You can make your horse a bit woozy if you do that. So spread the times out. Now, the good news is that you don't need to be an expert at this to get a good result. Your intention as you work is incredibly powerful. But if you're concerned about how you're doing it and would like me to check you, then remember we've got that offer for a small fee. You can send a video in and get my feedback on the effectiveness of what you're doing.